You unconsciously copy the people closest to you. Their energy becomes your energy. Their mindset becomes your mindset. Discipline is contagious, so is laziness. In one study, just flashing the name of a friend, someone with high or low self-control, was enough to change how people behave. Let that sink in. Just thinking about someone with weak discipline makes you weaker. But when you're around someone who lives with purpose, who follows through, who holds themselves to a higher standard, you step up to. So here's the question you need to answer. Who's in your circle? Who are you letting shape your habits, your thoughts, your future? Are they building you up or holding you back? Because you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your circle. This is your moment to stop making excuses, to start auditing your environment, to choose who you give your energy to carefully. Because discipline doesn't grow in isolation. It grows in environments where excellence is expected, where accountability is real, and where growth is non-negotiable. Remember this: discipline grows in an environment of accountability. So build that environment or stay stuck. The choice is yours. Is your circle holding you back? Imagine a bucket of crabs on a dock. Whenever one crab tries to climb out and escape, the others reach up and drag it back down. In the end, none of them get out. Psychologists actually have a term for this: the crab mentality. And it's what happens when peers won't let one of their own rise above. If your so-called friends always pull you back to their level when you try to improve yourself, you're stuck in a human crab bucket. They might not say it outright, but by their actions and attitudes, they're ensuring you stay down with them. Even if your friends aren't intentionally sabotaging you, their influence can still cripple your discipline in subtle ways. Here are some red flags that your circle is hurting your growth. Poor habits are normalized. Unhealthy or unproductive behaviors are just what everyone does in your group. If all your buddies binge watch TV every night and skip the gym, guess what? You'll feel pressure to do the same. When procrastination, junk food, or blowing off responsibilities becomes the norm, it's hard to be the odd one out who stays disciplined. Bad habits shouldn't be normal. If they are in your circle, that's a huge warning sign. Negative or defeatist talk. Listen to the tone of your group's conversations. Do your friends constantly complain, make excuses, or mock anyone trying to do better? That kind of negative self-talk and cynicism is toxic. If every time you share an ambition you hear sarcasm or why bother, their pessimism is seeping into your mindset. Over time, you'll start to doubt your own goals because the people around you program you to expect failure. A friend who always points out why you can't do something is not a friend who helps your discipline. Peer pressure to underachieve. Do you get teased for working hard or made to feel guilty for wanting to improve? Maybe your friends call you boring for staying in to study or scoff at your 6 a.m. workouts. They might encourage you to skip your routines. Come on, one night of partying won't hurt. When they know you have goals you're chasing. This is peer pressure to stay mediocre. If your circle makes you feel bad for trying to be better, they are actively undermining your discipline. It might come from insecurity on their part, but it's holding you back from greatness. No accountability or support. A strong circle holds each other accountable, but a weak circle does the opposite. Do your friends ever call you out, respectfully, when you're slipping? Or do they instantly console you with, "It's no big deal," every time you break a promise to yourself? If no one in your group pushes you to stay on track, or worse, they encourage you to quit, that's a red flag. For example, if you mention you're trying to quit smoking and they respond by offering you a cigarette, that's a clear lack of support. A circle with zero accountability means everyone is co-signing each other's excuses. That might feel comfortable, but it absolutely wrecks discipline. How to fix your environment and rebuild discipline. Recognizing the problem is tough, but here's the good news. You can change your environment and set yourself up for success. It won't always be easy. It might be one of the hardest things you do, but it will be one of the most rewarding. Remember, you have the power to choose who and what influences you. Here are some steps to take control. Audit your circle. Take a hard look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. Yes, the same 5 from that quote. Write down their names. Ask yourself honestly, what direction is each person pushing me toward? Do they exhibit traits and habits you admire, or ones you know are bad for you? Evaluate how each friend's lifestyle is affecting yours. This can be uncomfortable, but clarity is key. If someone on your list is constantly dragging you into behaviors you're trying to avoid, mark that down. If someone else inspires you and holds you to a higher standard, note that too. The point is to become aware of the exact influence each person has on your discipline. You can't improve what you don't measure, and that applies to your friendships as much as anything else. Distance yourself from negativity. Once you identify which relationships harm your discipline, take action. You don't have to dump your friends overnight, but you must limit the access negative influences have to your life. Set boundaries. For example, if you have a friend who always distracts you from studying or pushes you to break your diet, avoid situations where they have that power over you. You might choose to see them less often or hang out in ways that align better with your goals, like meeting for a walk instead of at the bar. It's okay to say no when they invite you to things that derail your progress. Remember, your true friends will respect your decisions and growth. If someone reacts poorly when you try to better yourself, that tells you everything you need to know. It's not selfish to protect your mindset. It's necessary. As one leadership coach put it, if the people around you don't bring out your best, it's probably time to make some changes. You're not abandoning anyone. You're lifting yourself up, and nothing stops them from doing the same. Build a virtual dream team of mentors. Maybe you don't have successful, disciplined people in your immediate life. That's okay. You can still surround yourself with positive influences through books, podcasts, and videos. Think of it as curating your dream team of role models. Read biographies or advice from people you admire. Tune into podcasts or YouTube channels that motivate and educate you. Channels like Better Than Yesterday, Team Fearless, and others exist for this very reason. Fill your mind with voices that push you to be better. Join communities, online forums, mastermind groups, classes, the gym, anything where driven people hang out. Consciously seek out new connections and communities that align with your aspirations. If you can't find a local mentor, let a book or a virtual coach be your mentor. When you consistently spend time consuming positive, goal-oriented content, it's like having an invisible circle of coaches and friends who all want you to succeed. Over time, you'll start to mirror these virtual mentors instead of the negative influences from before. Your mindset will shift, your habits will improve, and you'll feel a new level of inspiration and accountability pushing you forward. Level up your life with accountability and purpose. At the end of the day, your discipline is in your hands. No more excuses about my friends made me do it. From now on, you are in charge of who you surround yourself with. This might mean making some tough choices. It might mean outgrowing certain people or activities. But imagine the payoff. A life where your friends challenge you to be better rather than tempting you to be worse. A life where falling off track feels weird, not normal. Because your environment keeps you accountable. Remember that study about how self-control is contagious? It cuts both ways. Your positive change can influence your friends too. One person leveling up can inspire others. By improving yourself, you might become the example that wakes them up. But you can't wait around for that. Lead by example and seek out others who are doing the same. Also, embrace the power of accountability. If you can find even one person in your life who actively holds you to your goals, a workout partner who expects you to show up at 6 a.m., or a colleague who checks in on your progress, you dramatically increase your chances of success. In fact, research shows that if you commit a goal to someone and schedule regular check-ins, your probability of achieving it can soar to 95%, compared to around 10% if you keep it to yourself. That's the magic of an accountability partner. So imagine what happens when your entire inner circle operates with that mindset. When your friends expect greatness from each other, you become unstoppable. They say, environment eats willpower for breakfast. You can have the strongest mindset in the world, but if you're surrounded by negativity, it'll chip away at your discipline day by day. But flip the script. Put yourself in the right environment, and discipline stops being a struggle. It becomes your default. Yes, change might feel uncomfortable. Yes, you might outgrow a few people. But that temporary discomfort, it's the price of long-term growth. You deserve friends who fuel your fire, not those who put it out. Seek out people who challenge you, support you, and live by the standards you're chasing. And when you find them, hold on tight. Because discipline doesn't thrive alone, it grows in an environment of accountability. Surround yourself with greatness and watch yourself rise. If discipline still feels out of reach, Your social circle might be the reason. Click on this next video to learn how to build unshakable discipline.